Alrighty. So, let's work on a car today. I'll get myself my seat. Oh. Alrighty. All right, so if you're in the live chat, give us a 5x5 if you can hear me. I'm not sure, I might have to turn this up quickly. Yep, all right. That seems to be working. I'll chuck my phone there. I'm not sure if Gertrude's working yet. So she might be on strike. She might be on strike. What are we doing today? I'm going to replace the water pump. Fingers crossed. So here's the water pump off the front of the 351. And that's the new gasket that shall go on here somewhere, probably this way. Oh, look at that. So we'll put this back on the car. We'll try and do this part pretty quickly so it gives ample time for the RTV to seal. Oh, Gertrude. Gertrude's working. Yeah, fair haircut. I don't know if Gertrude's going to come out onto the stream. I better check. I need my glasses. Yeah, pretty cool haircut. Hey, Stu. I'm getting old though. Time for glasses. So I'll just extractors. They're pretty big extractors down there. I actually don't know what brand they are, but the primaries are huge. This thing's got Edelbrock heads on it, Edelbrock alloy heads. Oh yeah, it's written there. But the coil's in the way, but that's okay. Can I read it on the other side? Yeah, I can read it on the other side. Edelbrock Performance RPM. That's pretty cool. Alrighty, so I've cleaned off the surface for the mating surface for the water pump. I think we're all good. I think the camera's working. Don't need these unless I'm reading. So let's talk Ford. All right, so I might just place that there. That goes like that. All right, and I've got some RTV here, some high temp. So let's do the gasket onto the, straight away, straight on the floor. Actually, you know what? Out of all the cars, this is one of the cars that has the best access. Did you write that in caps? Whoa, Stu just got deleted already. Too many caps. FORD, that 4 caps should have been okay. FORD. Too many caps, Stu. Too many caps. Hopefully you're not gone. Please tell me you're still there. Stream Elements can be a little bit, actually I'm testing how strict Stream Elements is. So, please tell me you come back, Stu. Oh, Stu, come back, Stu, come back. All right, let's get some red RTV. Let's, I might actually use my glasses for this. Come back, Stu, come back. Come back, Stu. It's awful quiet in here at the moment. It's actually hot in here too. It's been a warm day and this shed heats right up, so. All these bolt holes. Make sure I go around all them because I definitely don't need this leaking out through any bolt holes. And those shoe might have been kicked for like, I don't know how long I did it for. I've been mucking around with Stream Elements. I wasn't sure if it's the first time you get kicked or the second. He hasn't come back. Come back, Stu. It's not like we don't like you. Ooh. Let's back that off slightly. I noticed a little bit of gas. Old gasket still on here. That's no good. I thought I'd gotten it off. I tell you what, it's quiet when I'm not driving a car. It's better. That's now it's coming off. Beauty. I can go in there. That'll be going in the rubbish. Here we go. All right, RTV. All right, well, if you're out there, let me know. I haven't gotten a 5x5 by anybody, so I don't even know if I can be heard. Good work, Stu, good work. Yeah, make sure you don't do caps, man. If you do caps, my bot might kick you off. So it's considered on social media as shouting, yelling. So it's just an etiquette thing, I guess. An AI etiquette thing. A 5x5, beautiful. All right. That should be all the gasket glue I need for this mating surface. Well, there's no lid for this. Oh, that's sucky. All right, so let's make sure I put this on the correct way. Hey, Hannahs, how are you, buddy? Oh, Hannahs, yeah. It's not. I haven't put it on social media. Put it that way. Actually, I've got a pair of scissors. I'm going to cut a little bit of this gasket out that's not required around the intake and that little bit. Yeah, it's so good not to have hair now. I'm really enjoying it. A little bit of gasket there just to... not needed, not required in my little rubbish bin. Henners, this is the Falcon, but it's in the title. I'm pretty sure they're 4V heads. Well, I mean, they're not stock heads. They're Edelbrock. Okay, you could probably look this up. They're Edelbrock Performance RPM heads. So I think, personally, if you're talking Ford heads, you can talk 2V or 4V. But when you're talking not stock Ford heads, I don't know that that's the case. I don't know that so these ones are Edelbrock Performer RPM for a 351 Cleveland. So I'm not sure how many makes and models they might make of that specific head, but I would say that they have more what has a stamp? It's an Edelbrock RPM air gap manifold. So it's a dual plane manifold by the looks. Dual plane manifold. So starts at the top with a 750 Holley double pumper. And then on top of the Edelbrock RPM air gap alloy inlet manifold. That's bolted to Edelbrock Performer RPM heads. That's all alloy. And then all I know is it's got solid cam, solid rockers, like it's all solid. And it's pretty awesome. But we'll hear it. We just got to get this on and then give it an hour to set. So go back around, do this side of the gasket. So if this stream goes for maybe sort of 2 hours, there's a good chance we'll take it for a test drive. Should be able to just maneuver the cameras and the pumper. I'll show that one. Yes. YouTube wasn't sure what you meant by nut. You got to understand that Gertrude isn't all the way up with the our Australian colloquial terms. She's definitely an international type situation, so she doesn't necessarily get all the Aussie slang. All right, let's smooth all this out, get some good contact patch. Heads. Heads. We've got heads. Heads on the donk. Heads on my shoulders. So yeah, so this needs about an hour to cure. So let's get this on and bolt it up. Give it an hour while I put everything else back on the engine, all of the fan. I'm going to put the fan back on. Actually, it'd be good to test how this works with coolant in it without it leaking before I go and put a thermo fan on this engine. But I'd say that's the next thing for this one. All right, there we go. Where's that? There it is. Also, give me a sec. Oh, all right. Should be able to leave that there. It should just become its own plug. All right. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Thank you for everyone who supported the channel so far. It's been amazing. All right, I need to work out where the long bolts go and where the short bolts go. All right, I think some of the shorter bolts will be very obvious. All right. I've left the hose on, so I should be able to locate that pretty easy. That's a long bolt. Let's give us a long bolt. Did you say turbo? Is you trying to say turbo? Oh, that's the bolt doesn't go in there. This is a short bolt. No, this one will definitely not be turboed. This car will definitely not be turboed. Oh, there's a bracket there that needs to come out this way. Oh, up that way, there we go. All right, there we go. One bolt's in. I need at least 2, if not 3 bolts, just to make sure it's in the right place. One, 2. Remember, there's 11 bolts. 11 bolts. Well, no, and I'll tell you why not Mickey Thompson's. This isn't a drag car. This is more of a circuit car. More of a true blue replica. Dick Johnson, 1980-81 true blue replica. So no, not Mickey Thompson's. Not a drag car. All right, where is my... ratchet? I'll get some of these in, not too far, but just so I know that. Again, no, I tubbed. Oh, dude. Stu, are you watching? I'm going to show you why this thing doesn't need that. You watching, Stu? Mate, I don't need it tubbed. It's got Group C fenders on it. I need wider wheels and tyres already. Like, look at that. That's 295s on the back on 10-inch wheels. And on the front's all right. They're 265s on the front, they're okay. Mate, this car does not need tubbed. There we go. I need 335s for the back already just to get it out there. So, no, that doesn't need tubbed. It's a silly thing. All right, I don't want to go too tight, just in case I have to back them out to get all the other bolts in. Whoop. Paladin Khan. Hey, mate. There we go. Oh, you know what? I actually don't know what the diff ratio is. But let's just say this car's not built for drag racing, although it would do okay. This car's built for going around a strip. A circuit. Don't need there. So, this car, the guys that built this car, they race around Lakeside in their touring cars, their old school touring cars all the time. So there's a couple of other engines like this one out in some Mustangs and stuff. So is it this one? Yep, that's a long bolt. This definitely not 411. I'd say that the gear ratio and the diff of this car would be closer to 3s, maybe 325 or something. And the reason why I say that is because this car will do almost 100 k's an hour in first gear. So it's got a wide ratio top loader. So it's a manual, wide ratio top loader. And yeah, it does almost 100 k's an hour in first, 140 in second, maybe more. I like being recommended. Let's get that around there. All right, so there'll be a long bolt in there and a long bolt in there. All right, but I can't do them up tight until I do that internal one up. How many bolts do I have left? 1, 2, 2. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is correct. Now I just got to feel where these go. There was one down here that I couldn't see when I was undoing them the other day. Oh yeah, there's one there. Oh, Stu. Lucky I've got a young back. Only 52-year-old back, this one. Hey Mel, how are you, buddy? It got a leak in the water pump gasket after I did a coolant flush. So basically, being a cast iron block, all of the rust that was circulating was blocking up the small leaks that I had in the small leak I had in the gasket. Then, when I noticed it was quite rusty, I did a coolant change and it started leaked. Gearbox or auto? 4-speed manual. Top loader, 4-speed, wide ratio Ford top loader, 4-speed, with a pretty tall diff. Built for racing, this one, built for circuit racing. All right, so I need to move this bracket to put this bolt in. Yep, beautiful. And there's another one somewhere. Oh, there it is, found it, down the bottom. All right, that's all 11 bolts, everyone. What about the VD? Do you mean Volkswagen? Do you mean VW? I think you mean Volkswagen. It's outside. I'm not going to get it fixed today. I thought we'd get this running and take it for a spin. So if you got 2 hours, I'll just nip up these bolts. Now that they're all in, I know they're all placed correctly. Do up all 11. All right, you guys that have Google with you, what am I torquing these bolts up to? Oh, I think I've got a smaller torque wrench. So, all right, so I'm just nipping all these up for now, especially these two long ones, which are on the outlet for the hose. I can't remember the last time I worked on an old donk like this. I rebuilt a 302 into a 351 back in it was Christmas. It was actually New Year's. I was rebuilding the engine. 1990, it was New Year's Eve 97, New Year's Day 98. Literally, a friend of mine come over and give me a hand because he didn't have much to do that New Year's Eve. Seriously, if you're not out and getting drunk and celebrating New Year's, why not rebuild a 302 into a 351? It's a great idea. Alrighty. You want me to chuck a 30mm sway bar? I don't know. Can you see the sway bar? Can't go too far with the camera. I don't know if you can see that sway bar down there, but if that ain't 30mm already, I'm a monkey's uncle. Anyway, Stu, all you're pretty much doing is stating either bits that are already on the car or bits that wouldn't be good enough for the car. Just saying. Yeah, see, this car's definitely not queen of the road. This one's, I've nicknamed this one Perry. Does anybody out there know why I call this car Perry? Have a guess. I'll be keen to hear what you think. In the meantime, I'm just going to wash my hands quick so microphone should continue working. Just going to quick wash my hands. Oh look, I'm up on my big screen. I forgot that I turned my TV on so that I could actually double check and make sure the picture was working well. Get some of this RTV and grease off my hands. Oh, alrighty. Oh, you know what? Cold drink, just some water. Oh, actually, sugar-free creaming soda. Why not? Creaming soda is so underrated. All right, let me have a little sit down. I'll tell you what, do you remember the Voss water bottles? They're brilliant. Right, so don't need 2 or 4V heads because I've got aftermarket Edelbrock heads with matching manifold, with a matching 750 Holly. Electronic distributor. What else? Suspension is fully adjustable Coney suspension. The brakes are the biggest brakes. They're a combination of, I believe, VE VE discs that have been remachined to take the forward stud pattern, and BABF calipers that have a matched with a dog bone. I believe that's what I was kind of told. So if that's wrong, that's fine, but it's very close. They're basically the biggest brake setup you can fit under 15-inch rims. Are they 15s or 14s? Oh, give me a sec. Where are you? 265 by 50 on 15s, yep. 15-inch rims, yep. Kona. What's Kona? I know the Hyundai Kona. I know Kona, the place in Hawaii. I don't think there's too many Falcons hanging around there. RS3 brakes. No, the RS3 is what runs, RS3 runs 19s. I think the S3 runs 18s, stock. RS3 runs 19 stock and they're pretty big brakes, so yeah. But these are pretty big brakes for the type of car, way better than it was factory. Back has a 9-inch LSD. I don't know what the ratio is, but it's got disc brakes on the back as well. Again, a lot of these had drum brakes. I remember my first XD had drum brakes. Let's have a quick look, because the internet is the all-seeing. Oh, you mean Coney? It said Kona. It accidentally, I'd say, the auto-corrected Coney to Kona. Coney suspension, yeah, sorry. Gotcha, Stu. Coney shocks. No, well, Bilstein are good, but they're more for, who has Bilsteins? I know the Subaru GTs and stuff like that had Bilsteins, the GTB, Legacy GTB. 351 Cleveland, what do you call it? Water pump torque. How about put an R in there? Torque specs. For a Ford 351 Cleveland water pump, the common torque spec for the bolts is around 12 to 18 foot-pounds. Often tightened in stages or specific sequence through some sources suggest slightly higher than 20 to 25 foot-pounds for certain applications. Always apply light oil to threads and use proper torque pattern for even sealing. All right, so 12 to 18 foot-pounds. It said Kona again, that's okay. I would say that you've got good suspension and not so good suspension. You can get high end of the bad suspension, which is probably still not quite as good as the low end of good suspension. I hope I said that correctly. So, but this car's been built like this. The body on this car is tragic. It's rusty. It's rat rod. It's fallen apart. It's got rust in bits and pieces. The body of this, I did not buy this car for the body. The engine, the transmission, the diff, the suspension, the brakes, all of that's worth what I paid for the car. Then also the number plates, probably worth substantially more than what was paid for when they were brand new. Can't really reach the with the cable for the camera. But the number plates are DJR 351, so Dick Johnson Racing 351, because this is like a true blue tribute car. I'm not going to say replica, because it's not a replica, but tribute car. So it came with a full roll cage, so it's got a full roll cage, but I took the front out so that I could drive it on the street. So it's still got the back roll cage in there. What am I doing? Oh, torque wrench. Actually, I've got a small torque wrench somewhere. I don't think I've even used it. Yeah, well, that sounded like promoting. We don't do that here. I promote stuff if I want to, because it's my channel. So please don't. But we learn, don't we? We learn. Sorry, I'm not in view at the moment. I'm just trying to remember where I put that torque wrench. Again, you don't have tramp rods on a track car. Just have very well set up suspension. Tramp rods you have on a car, like a burnout car, because that's when you need tramp rods, when you're doing a burnout. Don't know where I put that tool. If I can't find it in the next minute, I will just use the big one. Oh, hey. I gave myself a minute and I did it in 10 seconds. This thing's still in its packet. All right, I'm back. Here we go. All right, it's a smaller torque wrench, so should be able to do the finer torque settings better than my big one that I use for my wheel nuts. There we go. Whee. Oh, Jeep, that's small. That's what she said. Time for glasses again. I need to read the fine print. All right. Let's go 18 foot-pounds. That is Newton meters. Uh-oh. Oh, it's in Newton meters. Well, why wouldn't it be? We live in a metric country. Oh, well, let's do a quick calculation. Let's go. Caught up with some old army buddies earlier today for lunch, which was awesome. If any of them are watching, thanks for jumping on. I think we've gone up a subscriber since, so whoever subscribed, thank you, appreciate it. If you want to chat in the live chat, which you're very welcome to come join us, but you just need to subscribe, and then I think you have to wait a couple of minutes. All right, 18 foot-pounds, let's do a little quick calculation. 18. "18 foot-pounds is equal to approximately 24.4 Newton meters. Easy. Whoop. Alrighty. Oh, there we go, can stay there. 24.4. 24 should be good enough. I'm already looking at the, oh wow. This thing only goes up to 25 Newton meters. This thing, that pretty much maxes this one out. How crazy is that? Oh, that's all right. I don't mind that. We'll go to 20, we'll do 24, 21, 23. Well, that was at the upper end anyway. That might be 23. All right. I think I need an adapter for this as well. Who's that? So I just need an adapter to go from smaller to bigger. You don't often go that way. Smaller to bigger. I think it's this one. I don't know if I've got any lying around. Oh yeah, this one. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's see if that's enough. Fingers crossed. Should be spot on. It's always fun working using your battery as a workbench with metal tools. Ah, look at that. All right, let's tighten these up. Oh, that doesn't feel. Oh yeah, I do. No worries, Mel. You take care, mate. I'll definitely want to check it out. Soon. I'll be around for the next couple of weeks. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's beautiful. That's a good sound. Oh, yep. At least I know it works. Oh, that's a definite positive click. Oh, lovely. Yes, Hannah's. $60,000 on a 351. That's pushing it. And I say that because you know what? I don't know if this one wants to be in here. Actually, I wouldn't go over 30,000 on a 351 Cleveland. Oh, you know what? Oh. And why not? Because they're bought. The cylinder wall's not very thick. You know what? I'm going to swap this one with this one. $60,000 on a 351. That's unless there's extra work done to it to help it get stronger. I wouldn't like if it was a drag car, just for drag racing and not street use, and you grout filled it or something like that, maybe. But yeah, I wouldn't be going 60,000 on a Cleveland. 30,000 enough. All right, let's go. Yep. Move this bracket out of the way. Thank you, alternator. Oh, that feels better. Oh, nice, that's torqued. They're the two hardest bolts to get to. It's funny because you torque one and the other one right next to it, you got to re-torque. That should be right. Right, not sure about this one. Let's just leave that one there. Hey, well, Stu. Oh. And one down here that you can't see. Oh. All right, now the two alternator bracket bolts. Yep. So they're these two. So that one here. I guess it depends on what you do to certain cars, which car has how much grunt. I like the grunt joke with the soldier. I met a grunt yesterday. He was getting his hair cut before I did. And no, I didn't get my hair cut yesterday. As in, yes, I got my hair cut yesterday. I got it recut yesterday. I got my hair cut on Monday. And it took over 5 days, it already got long enough for me to cut it again. Shave it. Shave it. All right, let's make sure this is the right way around. Looks right. Torqued. All right. The water pump is back on. Obviously, we want to let that give it another sort of at least 3/4 of an hour. And should be able to put this radiator hose back on and tighten that up before I put the shroud back on. Where's that big screwdriver? That one. So everyone who's been on the channel, well over the last 7 months, I just want to thank you. I'm really keen to get this channel into a place where it gets out to those that don't know it exists but would like it, especially driving around. I'm going to do a stream tomorrow for a few hours driving up. So the last stream I did went over Mount Glorious and then went around the backside of Wivenhoe Dam and down to the south to Mount Tambourine. Tomorrow I'm going to go over Mount Glorious again and then up through to Kilcoy, Mount Mee, Mullaney. Now, I think I need to undo well, don't misgender this car, Stu. This is a man. This is a man. This bloke is a bloke. This car. It is, and the reason why I named it Perry is short for peregrine. And if you know what a peregrine falcon is, because this is a Ford Falcon, the peregrine falcon is the fastest animal on the planet. Oh. Hopefully that didn't touch the battery where it shouldn't. It was bloody close, I'll tell you. A peregrine falcon, the fastest animal on the planet. And that's why I named this one Perry. So it's a boy car. It's named after it's a Perry. Perry's a boy's name. I do name all my cars, and my naming convention is if it's a manual, it gets a boy's name, and if it's automatic, it gets a girl's name. I've had some feminists try to call me out on that, thinking I mean something like, oh, girls don't know how to drive manual. And then I say, no, it's because men like playing with their sticks, and that's what you do when you drive a manual. So that shuts them up pretty quick. And that's why. I name my manual cars after guys' names and my automatic cars after girls. Except for Rusty. Rusty outside started life as a manual and it's now an auto, so it's trans. Trans. And Rusty is a trans name, isn't it? It's not it's a non-binary name. Anyway, enough of that chat. Enough of that chat. All right. Just a little tidying up there. Oh. Right, so that alternator bolt is loose. I think I might need to where's the belt? There's a shroud. Right, here's the belt. The gates. I'm probably just going to have to... The adjustment on this is the alternator. Oh. I think maybe I'm not sure if this is a square bolt pattern. It looks like it. So I think I need to unbolt that one. I think it's a 13, a half. It might be half inch. I know one's a 16. I think the other one's a bit smaller. That's a 12. I think it's too small. That one's 16. That one's already loose. That's a 10. Those that know. And those that were here when I undid this, I can't do the 4 bolts up for the fan onto the pulley until the shroud goes in at the same time. So I have to put that in. But the thing I need to do, what I should do, is I should do these bolts up without the fan and the shroud first. This car's stone cold, so those 4 bolts, oh, they're over here. Oh, those bolts are too long. Actually, no, I'll have to put the fan on. I guess what I'm saying is, before I put the shroud on, if I could put the fan on. Geez, it's close. There's not a lot of room to work down here. How did I get this? How did I even do this? And basically, if I've got the shroud on, it's harder to see if it's leaking. So I'll put the shroud on. I'll take the fan back off after I've made sure there's no leaks. All right. Plus, I can take it for a quick spin with no shroud on it. I do need to find, I think, a 13 mil. Or a 1/2 inch. I had one somewhere. That's 13. Just to undo it's actually the alternator adjustment bolt. It is, I reckon that's 1/2 inch, eh? Oh yeah, there we go. There we go, that's loose now. That's what we need. So now I can put the fan belt on. Proper. There we go. Oh yeah, that's where we need to be. No squealy fan belts around here. All right, that feels good. One little belt. It's so funny to see. Oh, okay. Let's undo that. Let's make sure I do up the pulley bolts first. Let's do that. All right, what were they, 12s? I got, over here. No, that's a 10. Is it this one? No, hey, Stewie's there. Is that degrees, 5 to 7? Degrees advance? I don't know. I'll be honest, I bought this car. I don't know that much about it. I know little bits and pieces, but I don't know the specifics like the timing advance. What's this one? 11, don't want that. That's a good question. It's a good question. Let's, it's under here. Am I hiding it? Nope. Let's just use this one, hey? I do have somewhere a 13 mil ratchet spanner. Where's it gone? What's this one? That's the 12 mil ratchet. Oh, here it is. Found it. Found it. All right, watch this do up quicker. Set someone on my Discord. What else? Yeah. I know that there's no vacuum advance on this. if I don't know if you can see here, but right there where the vacuum advance would be, there's a plug covering it. It doesn't need it. It does not need it. This thing is traction limited. It doesn't need any more power. It's fun. Hopefully, the whole reason why I found S was leaking is because I did a coolant change from dirty rusty water to coolant. Ah, that's nice. What are you in love with? Let's move this around. Let's do the opposite bolt. We'll try and tighten these up in a nice square pattern without putting too much. I'm just trying not to muck around the radiator too much. Black Betty. Well, Black Betty, I've got a Black Betty. Black Betty's in the shop for sale. Who's that? Hey Jacob, how are you, mate? How's your day going, mate? So I've got an FPV Super Pursuit ute sitting at my mate's car yard for sale. I don't know, 28 grand or something. It's a 2005 FPV, black with red leather interior. I named it Black Betty. It's an auto, so it's got a girl's name. Yeah, Hannah's. I don't. Hannah's might already have Discord. A long time no see. You're funny. You're funny. One, two, three, four. That's all 4 bolts done up. All right, that's nice and tight. Now that pulley is going to sit right. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. That's why it's funny. I know what you mean. Ah. All right. Let's make sure that's all straight. That looks straight. All right, I have to do up this bolt here. That's the 13. That's this one here. Oh no, what's that? Sorry, 16. It's the 16. It's the main bolt for the alternator. You want me to put a photo on Discord? On the barber's floor. I sent a photo to my ex, let's call her my ex-flatmate for legal purposes. I sent her a photo of it and she said, "What's its name?" And I said, "Ludwig." I just thought that it looked like a wig sitting on the floor of the barber shop. So I called it Ludwig. Anyway, she didn't get it straight away. But joke's never funny when you have to explain it. Anyway, how about I put a photo in the Discord? I'll do that shortly because we're still waiting for this high temp RTV on the gasket to set. Oh. I remember when I rebuilt that 302 into a 351, it was in a ZK Fairlane. So that was a 1982 or 3 Fairlane. Last of the V8 Fairlanes until the 90s. Last of the V8 Fairlanes with the Clevelands and the Windsors. I don't think too many of them had Windsors, to be honest. The older ones did, but then Ford with the XF and the ZL Fairlane and the whatever model LTD that was. They was after I don't know, DA or DB or I don't know, whatever it is. Not DA, different one. Anyway, Ford dropped the V8s, which is why Dick Johnson went from driving the XE Falcon to the Fox body Mustang. You ain't on the Discord today. All right, it's pretty tight. Now, do I want to fire this up before I put any water in it? Here's the temperature gauge wire. Let's connect that. All right. Temperature gauge wire is just, that's connected now. That belt feels tight enough. It looks straight, which is important. The only 2 bolts I've got left are for the shroud, so we're not going to put that on today. Well, I mean, not yet. Set. No, it's not. It hasn't been an hour. Got to do what the instructions say. But I will clean up all these tools and rubbish. Go there. That's doing okay there. Some rubbish. Tools. I'll just nip this lower radiator hose up again, hey, just in case. I was probably distracted. Oh, it's pretty tight. I'll actually keep that screwdriver here handy just in case I need to nip it up again. These things, sometimes you just need to nip them up a quarter of a turn and they don't leak again. How about you? Oh, it's so good not having hair. It doesn't get in the way. It's so good. All right, that can there. Camera's there. Radiator cap. There we go. I can go there, that's fine. Oh yeah. Oh, who's playing in the women's cricket? Ooh. Stream Elements is being proactive instead of kicking people off. I like it. Ah, Perth and Hobart. Do we know any of the players? Are there any famous names there playing today? Is there any like daughters of other players or anything? Ah, there you go. That message is for Stu. No caps, bro, or it'll kick you off. Let's wipe my hands. Don't know, can you still hear me in here? Check 1, 2, 3. Beth, Mooney or Moody? As in like Tom Moody's kid or something? Oh, Tom Moody played for Western Australia, yeah? Does she play? Is she playing for the Scorchers? That would make sense. Oh. Lana King, never heard of her. Beth Mooney, nah, don't know Mooney. I don't know any of these names. I'll be honest though, I don't know many of the male cricket players either of the BBL. So it's like saying, you know, that whole big debate that the women's American soccer team should get paid the same as the men's soccer team, even though they don't pull as much crowd in or pull the dollars in. And but then all these people fighting for equality don't even watch the sport themselves. It's like men really get in and enjoy watching men's sport because it's tough and it's skillful and it's all of that. Not to say that women can't be tough and skillful. I like the women's NRL. I think it's awesome. But if I compare it to the women's AFL, women's AFL is a terrible game. Women's NRL, great game. And this isn't because I'm from Brisbane. I like the Lions. The fact that the Lions have won a couple of years in a row is amazing. I remember when they won back in what, was it 2001, 2 and 3, the three-peat then, that was awesome. I'm not going to say it's my favourite sport, but I can definitely sit down and watch a full game of AFL if I've got an interest in one of the teams. And but not the women's. It's a terrible game. When the women's scoring in a whole game what men score in one quarter, the women are scoring in their whole game. I think they've got a little way to go. So they can pick up their act. They can pick up their game and get better. The women's NRL, really the only thing they do different is they play 5 minutes less per half. Other than that, like the women's AFL, they play on the same size field, same points, all that. Really the only thing I know that's different is just they play 10 minutes less. So if you're playing less, if you're like 10 minutes, if that's 10 minutes over 80 minutes, so that's over 10% less. Should the tickets be 10% less? Like, you know what I mean? Like you're paying for you're paying for less time. So it's all the argument that's in the public at the moment, isn't it? But you know, I dated a girl a few years ago that was playing for a feeder team to the Brisbane Broncos women's team, and she could have made it, except like a lot of these sporting teams, there's all these little cliquey groups, and I think women's sport's worse than men's sport with their little cliquey groups. Yeah, so they got all these cliquey groups, and I said to her, like, you've got the physical potential to make the Broncos team, but what, you know, how are you going with the politics behind the scenes with all, you know, in the women's change room? And she was very dismissive of that being an issue, and then she never made the team. So you can't tell me there's no politics in sport. It's terrible. Anyway, I was going to say I could fire this car up for like 30 seconds. Are we up for that, team? What? 10 p.m. tonight, Henners? Do you have to save somebody from midnight before they turn into a pumpkin? Is that how it works? Does someone turn into a pumpkin at midnight? So you got to get down there and save them? All right. I'm just having a look around. Will the camera be? I think the camera will be okay where it is. Need to have a look at the battery. Oh, The screen doesn't tell me if the battery is good or not. Anyway. Yes, Hannah's, you're right, mate. Politics and everything, mate. All right, better make sure my laptop doesn't fall off where it is. Dropping. Drooping. You're drooping someone for a festival. As long as it's not garbage or, what's that other delinquent's name? Lady Gaga. I heard their concerts were terrible. Garbage is definitely garbage now. They're living up to their name. Oh, all right. Let's double check. Battery turn on. All right, fan is bolted tight, belt, alternator tight. The one wire I had to pull off is now plugged in. That was the water temp gauge. Yeah, the drooping. Here. All right. Let's kick it in the guts for 30 seconds. Oh, unlock the door. Oh. All right, manual. Manual's in neutral. 3 pumps of the fuel. All right, we're ready, team? Woo. Don't stick my hand down there. All right, hello. Yes, that fan is very dangerous now with no shroud on it. But oil pressure's good and the alternator's working, which it should because it's spinning. There's no choke on this car, so I have to play with the throttle. Just feather the throttle while it's warming up enough until it's warm enough that it'll idle. So what, heating the block up for a minute or so. Heating the block up for a little bit should help set the RTV before we put some coolant in it. That's what it sounds like at the back. That's what a solid cam and lifters will sound like when it's lumpy. Such a good sound. All right, I'll shut this thing down now. Nice, that all feels good. All right, I reckon we're close, hey? I reckon we're close. You'd rather watch paint dry than the cricket? Or would you rather watch paint dry than me firing up the Cleveland? I know the answer to that. It's a rhetorical question. That was good. Jesus, car sounds good. Actually, it doesn't smell too bad either. It doesn't smell super rich. Actually smells good. Wasn't going for very long, but sometimes, like if it's running rich, yeah, you don't want to be hanging in the garage for very long. Alrighty. Well, the next thing to do is to put some coolant in it. So I was going to wash my hands quickly. Oh, anyone think I was OCD in the amount of times I wash my hands? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, fair call. Cricket, you mean watch the cricket and this, or watch paint dry? Oh, that water's hot. Oh, yeah, look, watching paint dry, let's be honest. Not a lot of people really do that. So let's put some coolant in this and make sure it doesn't leak. Hopefully you can hear me. I'll say it again just in case you couldn't. Let's put some coolant in this. Make sure it doesn't leak. The sun's just gone down, so it's still light out there. Hopefully I can, without breaking the stream, I should be able to go for a little drive. Go for a little drive. I don't go too far, especially without the shroud. The fan should still be sucking some air through, but it never performs as well without the shroud. I heard you, bro. I agree with you. All right, so grass and paint. Right. Where is my coolant? I've put it somewhere. Here it is, over here. Over here. Probably only need half of this. Hey Hannah's, how good Stream Elements now? It's set up automatically to do those thingies. What's those thingies called again? Messages. Alrighty. Now let's not spill any. Wee bit more. There we go. Now, because this is concentrate, we need to top it up. Here's the bottles from when I did it a couple of weeks ago. Let's get some air in here. There we go. Just, if you can still hear me, I'm just outside at the tap. Demineralized water can be a better product for sure, but the other thing is too, we need to warm this up so that the thermostat opens. Once this is all topped up, we need to oh, where's that leaking from? All right. And that's why I probably shouldn't have put any coolant in there. I probably should have just ran water in there first. Where is this leaking from? Where is this leaking from? It's nice out. Well, it's not leaking from the gasket. How about a torch? Actually, there's a torch over here. All right, where is that leaking from? All right, I am going to undo the fan bolts. So I'm going to loosen off the alternator. We're not driving tonight. It's a shame. Right, 16. Let's turn that battery off. Right, belts off. undo these fan bolts to take this front pulley off. So then I should hopefully be able to see behind it. The pulley's kind of in the way. Oh well. So tomorrow I'm going to go for a live stream. I'm not going to take the Lexus this time. I'll take something else. Something with air conditioning. Let's just say that. Something with air conditioning. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Jamar. Are you saying 5x5? As in you can hear me 5x5? Did I ask? Oh, mate, that was probably a while ago. I wonder if Gertrude's just been slow. Yes, bro. Roger. I think I'm getting hungry. I had a late breakfast. You know what a late breakfast is called? It's called lunch. My late breakfast today was lunch. So, I had a steak, but I'm hungry again. All right, this is coming off. Hopefully hand tight now. Yep. You know what? I could drive the car. I can drive it for a little bit, or at least start it and run it with no alternator belt, fan belt. No, that's not too late. Brunch is not that late. Okay, I'll say it this way. A very late breakfast is called lunch. A late breakfast is brunch, a very late breakfast is lunch. I had a very late breakfast today. Actually, I should try and find some small bolts anyway. Actually, I should try and find some small bolts because when I put a thermofan on this and take this fan away, I'll need smaller bolts to bolt this pulley back on. So I should find some smaller bolts anyway. So, to be honest, like, oh no, I won't. This car'd probably run pretty cool on the highway with no fan. Fans aren't really for the highway, are they? They're for when you're sitting still, not getting any airflow through, so. Anyway, I was just hoping to do like 1 hour, put the car back together, and 1 hour kind of driving around, but if it's taken a couple of hours to do, if it's taken a couple of hours to find out that the water pump still leaks, then so be it. Very much helps the channel. Come on. Come on, fan. Come on, there we go. And that's the fan back out. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. That's fine. I can sit like that. This pulley comes off. Where's my light? Now let's see if I can... Oh, I can't really see there. That's still leaking. It's drop, 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 drop. So there's... Maybe I can get my phone up in there. Might just take a video with my phone. Yes, Junior. Hey, Junior. Not a lot of luck. I've bought a new gasket for the Falcon and trying to fix this water pump leak, and still leaking. And we can't quite see where it's leaking from because we can't quite see up in there, but I'm going to stick my phone up in there. See if I can film it. Right, so let's turn the camera on. It could be the pump itself, so let's have a look. Video, let's go recording. Upside down, but that's okay. How do I turn my... How do I turn my light on? Flash auto, flash off. Why can't I just turn flash on? Anyway, okay, I'll take this light down with me. Alright, so I'm trying to see up in there. 3, 2, 1. Alright, let's pull that out and play it. See if I can see anything. Didn't quite point it in the right direction. Get rid of that, delete that, delete that. Leaky Windsor. I got to park next to my one of my favourite cars today, the Lexus RCF. Nice and white. It was perfect. It's a beautiful car. Black tinted windows, black wheels. Anyway, let's flash, exposure, accident. Oh, hello. I think I've just turned it on. All right, let's go. Yes, I did. All right, it's definitely leaking. You can see it leaking there. But I don't know where that's coming from. And the pulley's in the way. I can't see it from this way, no. Anyway, all right, let's have a quick squeeze. Play, upside down. All right, oh, okay. Oh, I can see it's dribbling down from, okay. A little bit closer. All right, let's have another go. Let's have another go. Is my light still on? Yes. Start upside down. Here we go. Down, in. All right, I can see it leaking, but it's coming from up higher. Is that like a little weep hole or something? All right, that'll do. I'll have a squeeze. Drum roll, please. Where's my seat? I need my seat. Oh. All right, let's have a look. Is that on? No. Play. All right. So it's weeping from. Oh, here. Here we go. It's like a hole. There's one at the top as well. This might be the this might be the seal. All right, let's have a look. I've got a bunch of messages to read up on later. Let's go to 351C water pump leak from bottom. Maybe bottom. Water pump leaking from the bottom usually means the internal pump seal failed. But on these engines, it often points to a breached gasket between the timing cover and the block. Timing cover and the block, what? Why would water leak? Oh, okay. Causing coolant to seep out of the bottom of the front cover pump area. No, it's not leaking from there. Potential mixing with oil, no. The fix involves replacing the water pump gasket set, including the timing cover gasket. That's not where the problem is. And potentially the timing cover itself, using the correct gasket cement, which I did. Proper installation to seal both layers effectively. No, that's not where it's leaking from. Let's go of, yeah, Japan's awesome, man. Japan is amazing to go visit. The Japanese probably think Australia is amazing to go visit too. So, you know, grass is greener. Water pump leak from, let's go under shaft. Specifically from the weep hole is a clear indication that the internal water pump seal has failed and the pump needs to be replaced. The weep hole is a deliberate design feature that allows leaking coolant to escape without entering the pump's bearings, which would cause catastrophic failure. Confirm the source. A small occasional drip from the weep hole might be considered normal, especially with temperature changes in older designs, but a consistent or heavy leak indicates a definite issue with the internal seal. Immediate action. Do not continue driving for an extended period with a significant leak, as this can lead to severe engine overheating and damage. Replacement is key. Scan. Water pumps are generally sealed units and individual components are not meant to be repaired. The entire pump assembly must be replaced to fix the issue. Right. Well, it looks like it's that is the deal. Well, that's a shame. That's a real shame. What do? Pack it up. Push it in the back of the shed. Roger. Alrighty. Okay then. Well, let's check. I'll just check in on the stream. Is anyone asking any questions? Or I'll tell you what, these black earbuds have been really good today. They haven't been mucking me around like the white ones did the other day. They're still cheap. All right. Okay, let's just, whoop, these shorts, definitely mechanic shorts. All right. So firstly, yes, the haircut is amazing. It feels unreal. Thanks for asking. It's brilliant. Drum roll. Nah. All right, so, well, luckily, the gasket's only $8. So I'll probably, this one's probably not gonna, this one will have to get thrown, so I can get another one. But I probably won't buy another one because the water pump, if I buy a new water pump, should come with a gasket, so that should be okay. Yeah, it's the pump itself, Junior, by the looks. I can see where it's leaking. There's a weep hole. There's a weep hole at the top as well, and there's a corresponding hole on the bottom, and it's leaking, just dripping, just like a drop every second or two. So how long have we been going for? I can't even tell. I can tell if I go and look at my laptop. Let's talk about, okay, so I'll finish talking about the car. All right, so it needs a new water pump, so I'll probably just bump into Repco tomorrow morning. Yeah, I'll bump in there, or maybe on Monday. I might go on a Monday. There's nothing I can do. Oh, if it doesn't, I know that a gasket's should only be a couple of hours away. Repco got me this one for. Yeah, cool. All right, that's about how long I wanted to go for anyway, Henna. So, I'm just finishing off with the car, right? Jeez, I get distracted so easy. I'm just going to push this back into the back of the shed. I'll grab I won't even I'm going to put the Lexus back in here tonight because the Lexus being black doesn't like it outside. Anyway, I'll stick the Lexus and that BMW motorcycle back in here. Do a bit of tidying up, but yeah, we're going for a drive tomorrow. Should be pretty good. It'll be similar to Thursday. It'll be instead of turning south, I'm going to turn north and go up through Mount Mee, Montville, Mullaney. And all up there, I don't want to go, I might start early-ish, maybe like 7 or 8 or something like that, just because I don't necessarily want to drive home in the traffic, but then if I'm streaming with you guys on the highway, like it's okay, it's fine. But we'll need to get some hours up. I tell you what, in regards to hours, so Junior, thank you, buddy. You and me probably single-handedly got the hours up. So up until the hours came through, my best stream for the channel was my drive from Birdsville to Mount Isa. That was sitting, on its own, was sitting on like 160 hours. That goes towards that 3,000 hours that we need to get the channel to membership status, right? Yes, once I shut that, after a day or two after we shut down that last live replay, Junior, that one went over 210 hours. We clocked up over 210 hours, you, me, and all of the punters that just popped in and maybe had it on in the background for a little while and stuff like that. So yeah, so I appreciate you and me put a lot of hours into that. And everybody else that jumped on, everybody helped. But Junior and I were trying to get like 5,000 XP points on there. We didn't quite make it, but that's okay. There'll be, so the channel is definitely going to go in that direction. So the channel is going to go of the direction. There's channels out there, and I've discussed this with my moderators. There's channels out there that do live streams. So let's just take like the plane spotters that we might know. They will live stream 2 or 3 times a week, and they'll live stream for 5 or 6 hours at a time. And then in between that, there's nothing. But you can go back and watch some of their other stuff. That's all good. Or there's channels out there that are just play live replays. There's a train one from Norway that I watch a little bit here and there, and she just plays live replays. She's been doing it for about 7 years, and she's got 500,000 subscribers. So yeah, she's doing all right. It's really nice footage. It's some of the most beautiful rail footage in the world. So I get it, but she can't live stream it. She has to live replay it. So her whole channel is live replays. You can go back and watch the non-live stuff too, of course, which I've done. Stuff from years ago. So I've watched how her technique has evolved in getting footage for that. I want to do a bit of both. So this channel, when I'm live streaming, like I'm live streaming right now and fully interactive, and tomorrow we'll live stream, but I'm also getting 4K footage. I did a premiere. When was that, Hannah's? Was that 2 nights ago? I did a premiere, my first premiere. I didn't really know what it was going to do or whatever, so we did one. It was 10 minutes of GoPro footage of driving the Lexus through Mount Glorious, the backside of Mount Glorious. And the premiere was cool. It's like a live replay, but it's not. It's just like putting up a piece of footage, like a video, but you're doing it like it's live. So it's kind of cool, and I liked it. I'll definitely do more. Yes. Yeah. So we're going to have a combination. So the channel will do a combination of premieres, live replays, and live streams. So yeah, what's Thursday night? What's the night? Saturday. So 2 nights ago. So, Hannah, that's okay. Oh, look, you know, we're good. Like, Stream Elements is a mod. I'm a mod. You know, if Maxie's around, awesome. If not, you know, it's okay. It's all good. But thanks for letting me know, Hannah's. I appreciate it. So the channel will probably end up playing live replays in between our live streams. I'm getting better now at being able to say stop a live replay like an hour or so before we... Actually, I did this the other day. Junior, you might have seen that I said I was going to shut it off after you reached, what was it, 4,200 points or whatever. I took a little bit of time, but I don't know if you noticed, but I scheduled, whilst I had a live replay running, I also scheduled a live stream so that I can schedule a live stream even if there's a live replay happening. So I tested that and it worked. So that means I could schedule a live stream like 2 hours out and then run the live replay right up until like an hour out. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. Gel blasters. Oh yeah. I like that you can do gel blaster fields or something like that. They definitely needed somewhere to go because gel blasters on the street wasn't a good idea. All right, what are we doing? Yeah, so live streams. I'm aiming for 3 live streams a week. So one on the weekend, which will be tomorrow. This is like a complimentary one. Oh yeah, thanks, Junior. Thanks for noticing that. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I had to open up another window and do it in the background, but it worked, which I thought was very cool. I thought it might have messed with the current live replay that was going on, but it didn't. The live replay kept going. So I kept it going for a few more minutes just to make sure it worked, and then I shut it down. So that worked well. So yes, this live stream now was me hoping to run this car and be interesting. Oh, well, Hannah's let us know how you have fun tomorrow, and hopefully that sunburn that you got the other day doesn't hurt you. So streaming about 3 times a week. So a Wednesday or a Thursday night. Did I say 3 times? Wednesday or a Thursday night? Usually twice. So a Wednesday or a Thursday night, and then like one of the weekend days. So either a Saturday or a Sunday, but I will try to schedule it in so people will know beforehand. Junior, you might know this one. I think if you heard me on Thursday talking to Max, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that trip to Sydney when I was already going to do that trip to Sydney. Just before Australia Day. Just before Australia Day? I think it is, yeah. Something like that. Or yeah. Anyway, we'll see. You might be here, you might be there. I don't know. But I'm not going to just make a special trip down to Sydney just to do a fuel challenge. We'll do it as a part of the drive that I was always going to do anyway, which makes sense because it's not that far away. It's only like 5 weeks away, so no biggie. And then I want to get ready and hopefully do that live stream across Australia. Definitely long pants for your gel blaster. What else? Live replays. So, well, premieres. Let's talk about premieres. I think premieres might be, if I could do like a premiere once a week. So if I do 2 live streams a week, maybe a premiere and 1 live. Actually, you know what? I'm trying to think. If I was to do a live replay, started off on like Sunday night and run it through to Wednesday, Thursday, get like 2 or 3 days out of it, that really does pump up some hours, which is what the channel needs. I really want to do some 4K footage for that. Yeah, Junior, I need to make sure. I need to double check my dates, so I'll leave it at that. I will. Yeah, so maybe I'll do a premiere in between. So like if I did a Wednesday or a Thursday stream and then a Saturday, I might run a premiere in like on the Friday night. I think Friday night's a good night for a premiere. Maybe it's not. I know Only Planes is usually on then, so maybe Thursday night would be. But anyway, I think maybe live replays. It's just live replays, I think, are going to happen pretty much all of the time in between live streams, and then a premiere here and there. So that's where we'll go at the moment. But the premiere is cool. The next time I do a premiere, Hannah's will agree. The premiere that I did was just 10 minutes of footage of 4K footage of driving the Lexus down the back of Glorious. It needs to be at least an hour, if not an hour and a half. Funny thing is, yesterday, Daniel Shaw did a premiere of a tornado that he went to. I think it was like a few months ago over in America. That was cool. I watched a bit of that, especially with an EF5 tornado, but it was at night, so you really couldn't see much, which is a shame, which is why I really need to make sure my footage is good Nick footage. And also, yeah, people might need to just check their settings because, I don't know, if you stick it on the highest setting, it should work on the highest setting, but if I'm streaming in 4K, sometimes you need to go in and select 4K in the settings. So that's something we've discovered as well. So it might just stream in 720 or 1080p, but if it's 4K. I might even put on there when I start to edit these live replays. Look, we're starting in a good spot, but the live replays are going to get better and better. Like I said, it's going to be 4K footage. Hopefully, I won't even talk. Like, there'll be no commentary through proper 4K footage, but there'll be different ones. That was the 10 minutes, Hennes, of the premiere. Yeah, but next... Oh, are you talking about Daniel Shaw's one? That would make more sense. If you did, I don't know. Anyway, let's roll this thing back into its spot. I don't know that you can do 360 replays. As in, I don't think I can do 360 live replays, no. I don't think. What, Hannah's? Yeah, oh, yeah. Sure, Daniel Shaw. Yep. That was all the water out of that. Oh, it's a shame. There's a big puddle of water under the car. Where is there? It is. Oh, do some cleaning up around here tomorrow as well. And through this week. Big clean-up for end of year. Big clean-up for end of year. All right, let's push the old thing. No, I don't think you can. I don't think I can live replay 360 footage. I don't think it's a possibility. At least not yet. There we go. There's not that much water, to be honest. Not that much water. Just looking for some rags. Got some rags here. There's that little bit of gasket from before. The car really shouldn't leak too much now. It's pretty much leaked everything it'll leak for now. What was that, Hennes? Was that a typo? Where's my phone? There it is. Oof. Come on. Come on. Jesus has taken either. I haven't peeled. Oh, right. So you're brown without peeling. There we go. I'll just check and see how much room there is at the back before the wall. Yes, you haven't peeled. Yeah, Gertrude doesn't say it perfectly. There we go. All right. 20 something percent phone. Let's make sure. That is... All right, what do I want to do next? The bike? I think I'll bring the bike in next. My chair. I'll bring the bike in. I just need to be little, you know, it's like Tetris. It's like playing Tetris. The bike does run, but it's easier to... Actually, I'll bring the Lexus in. I'll bring the Lexus. I might drop out for vocals for a little second. A little second. So... right, we need 13 more subscribers to get back to our 1K. So let's see how close we can do that tomorrow. All right, back in a sec. Let's see. You can't hear me. Oh. All right, so lots of beeps. I have to recharge these earbud things. Might go a little bit more. There we go. There's water coming from underneath the Lexus now. It was left out in the rain last night. Where's that light? There we go. Where is this water dripping from? All right, so it's dripping from the back of the car because there's, yeah. Anyway. Weird. Ugh. Yeah. Interesting. Oh well, no biggie, it's not coming from the front, so that's all that matters. All right, team. Turn this off. $14 people watching. Wow. That's a shame. It's a shame that there's so many people watching. Okay, quick overview. Go for a drive tomorrow. Oh, Baby Blue's on board. Hey, how are you? Good to have you here. I was just trying to fix fix my old Falcon, and he doesn't. No, I thought it was just the gasket that was the water pump was leaking, but it turns out it's actually the water pump is pooed itself. So anyway, we'll get a new one. We'll get a new one. So we will. So yeah, Baby Blue, if you want to, we're just about to shut the stream down, but you can go back and watch it from the start again, absolutely, of course. And that's one of the best things about how YouTube works, so that's pretty cool. So we will, yeah, I was just doing a quick overview. We're going to go for a live stream tomorrow, so I'll do it. Well, I'm assuming there's going to be some crossover with Bobby. That's okay. You can pop in and out of either for sure. Oh, is it a black screen? No, it's working. I can see it's working on my TV. Oh yeah, I've been on for close to 2.5 hours now, trying to fix the water leak in the water pump on this old 45-year-old car. I thought it was just the gasket, but it turns out that it's actually the water pump, the seal in the water pump. So I need a new water pump. That's okay. I'll have to order a new one of those, and it should have a gasket when it comes in. So I'll double check and make sure that's the case. So I just refreshed. I'm going to have a shower. So it is. So Baby Blue, it's what? Is it early Saturday morning for you? It's is it? Was it Friday night for you still? No, early Saturday morning. So it's Saturday night here. It is 7:30 at night, 7:30 p.m. here in Queensland, 8:30 p.m. down where Junior is in Sydney, and Maxie, if Maxie's around. So yeah, so I just want to thank those that. I just wanted to thank everybody who's jumped on and added hours to the stream. We're getting so close to 3,000 hours. I'm looking forward the way that 3:30 a.m. Baby Blue in Louisiana. Woo! Oh, that's early. Although I was up around that time here this morning when I supported Bobby quite a lot last night. So, all right, yeah, you too, Jacob. Definitely you too, mate. Yes, did Jacob was Junior or Jacob was there? Busted me there. Anyway, I'm going to have a shower and some dinner. I'm going to wrap this stream up now, so it's about 2.5 hours worth. Thank you everyone for joining. I appreciate it. We will be live streaming tomorrow. I'll do it tonight. I'll schedule it tonight for tomorrow, so you'll know when about it starts. And yeah, hope to see you tomorrow. Yeah, I hope you go back to sleep, Baby Blue. You're awesome, mate. You take care. And whew. That's a shame. Shame about not being out. There's nothing better than a good night's sleep. All right, I'm going to shut everything down. I'm going to check to make sure everything's working. I'll load the air-conditioned car up tomorrow, and hopefully get some really good 4K footage on the GoPro. GoPro does not like being hot, and so we'll have some good aircon tomorrow. So, thank you, Baby Blue. Yes, hopefully. I'm trying to hit him by Christmas, which is why we'll do some more. We'll do a premiere, another premiere soon, and we'll just do some more live replays. So, all right, team, we will sign off here. Thank you very much. You guys rock, and let's make it really professional. If I hit this button, boosh. Let you guys go. Take care. Thank you very much. Appreciate you guys. And there we go. Thank you, team. Have a great night.